Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for joining us. This is Alternatives to Closure e-commerce series workshop. My name is Clara Shook. I am the event coordinator with the West Business Development Center. This webinar is brought to you by the West Business Development Center. We are a nonprofit funded by the Small Business Administration, the SBA, a federal organization, and we host two centers. We host the Women's Business Center and we host the Small Business Development Center for Mendocino and Lake County. West is funded through federal, California state, and local government grants. In exchange for these grants, we provide free confidential business services. Next slide, please. Our goal is to offer our services to small business owners and entrepreneurs during every stage of business development. So whether you're just starting out with a part-time hobby or an idea, or you've been in business for many years, we want to be able to be there and help you with your business development. Next slide, please. We offer this through a couple of different services. We offer no-cost advising, so one-on-one counseling. We have a plethora of advisors who can help you with practically any field of business development that you might have questions about. We also offer low-cost workshops and free webinars like the one you're at today, as well as loan packets and loan advising. So if you're getting ready to apply for a small business loan or you have questions about a small business loan, we have advisors who can help and assist you with that. So if you'd like to learn more about West and possibly becoming a client, please feel free to either visit our website and you can hit the Get Started button, or you can also call us on the telephone and we can help get that process started with you back. I do want to let everyone know that we are recording this webinar, and I will be emailing a link to the recording as well as a copy of the presentation out to everyone in the next couple of days. So you don't have to take any notes unless you want to, and you can just keep your eye on that on your inbox for that email. I do also want to let everyone know that I'll be launching a poll at the very end of this workshop, but I'll tell everyone about that in a little while at the very end. So without further ado, I'm going to pass things off to our amazing and most talented instructor today, Kate Berlin. Take it away.
Thank you, Clara. Hi, guys. My name is Kate Borland, and I'm really excited to be here. I am a digital marketing, expert, but I am really passionate about leveraging digital marketing to help small businesses get from A to B, from where you're at to where you want to go. So I like to be really interactive in my presentations and as we're going through this class. So do use the chat box. I'll be asking questions periodically. And kind of encourage you guys to engage with questions as you have them, and I'll stop periodically to have either Clara or myself look and answer those questions. So what we're covering today are 5 simple strategies to leverage online selling to increase your small business in 2021. And in order to get the most benefit out of the webinar is please be an active listener. If you want to leverage screen size, use the upper corner of your browser will increase the size of your Zoom, bottom ribbon down here for controls. Please type questions in chat and, just enjoy and hopefully you'll get some information out of here that you'll be able to apply to your business. So what we're really talking about today is that local businesses in today's market, with or without COVID, have to shift. You've got to shift in order to survive in what's happening in the economy in terms of how the consumers are shopping, how consumers are buying. And so what I really want to do is encourage you to think outside the box and walk away from this training today with this seminar today with a greater understanding of how to leverage some of the tools and how they all fit together within your business. Okay. So selling online is critical to your online success. It doesn't matter if you are a consultant, a massage therapist, a restaurant, a e-commerce store, even an auto shop. You've got to have, you've got to have the ability to connect with your customers online in order to succeed. Because the simpler you as a small business owner make it for your customers, the more repeat business that you're going to get. E-commerce has increased by 30% this year, 7.4 million new digital buyers this year, and probably will even be higher by the time we get through this this holiday season. And recognizing that small business owners are you have a lot of different choices. You're busy running your business. So how do you navigate that and make it easy for your customers to connect with you? And the simplest answer to that is to create a plan to get found so that you stay top of mind. And you can do that through automation. You can do that by leveraging online, by leveraging online stores, making sure you have a digital presence. And I'll be walking through a lot of those things today. So what happens when businesses actually open online is that your reach dramatically increases. You get clients outside of your local area. So a lot of us, when we are in a particular region or a particular city, we only focus on local business. But when you have an online store, you can have customers from all over the world, certainly all over the country, people that are traveling on vacation. If you put systems in place that will help you gather their information, their contact information, then you have the opportunity to help them do business with you again. And this isn't there are three ways to grow a business, to sustain a business. One is by getting new customers in the door, always. You always want new customers in the door, and that's what most of us spend most of our time doing. The second is to get more repeat business, and repeat business meaning getting people, getting customers to come back again. So through special offers, through connecting with them. And the third is to put systems in place that will help your customers that do buy from you to spend more. Though that's the famous, would you like fries with that? When you walk into McDonald's, that kind of, it's called a bump. And so I want you to kind of think through that in terms of as you are creating and as you're working and thinking through your 2021 business plan and sales plan, is those three things. New customers in the door, but the money, the profit of your business, the sustainability of your business is through repeat business and upsells or higher ticket value when people are actually shopping with you. And that's really important to know. Most people do not really understand that because there's an excitement about the new customer coming in, but don't forget new customers coming back. So what we're going to cover today is online marketplaces and how to leverage them, e-commerce platforms, and also then simple strategies that are going to help bring your business online if your business is not already online. So what I'd like to do is real quickly in the chat box, can you tell how many of you have online stores? How many of you are don't have many, so what are you doing right now for your online, to market your business online, if anything? If you just put like a yes or a 1 in the chat box if you have an online e-commerce site, a 2 in the chat box if you don't. Okay, WooCommerce, so that's WordPress from August. August, what's your business? Okay, so you have an online presence but don't sell anything online. Okay, Yarrow thinks it's overwhelming. I get that. It's a wellness center. Okay, so gift certificates, products, things like that. Perfect. All right, so what you must do is I want you to start really shifting to include more sales opportunities online. Because as a local business, our focus is to how do we get our local customers? How do we shift the consumer's behavior so that they shop local? I have what is probably a controversial point of view, and in that the whole shop local movement has it backwards. The shop local movement is about how, well, consumers, you need to shop local, support your local economy. And while, yes, that's true, I want to flip that. as a business owner, it's our job to make it easier for local customers to shop local, make it more desirable. And you do that by creating online presence and really thinking different as a business owner. And that major thing is to shift and include more sales opportunities online. Let me take a look. Let me check the chat box here. Print on demand for your art. Okay, perfect. So first and foremost, how to prepare your business to go online, and then we're going to talk through how to execute the strategy, and then how to prepare for ongoing success. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want to define your goal, and what that means is, what are you trying to do? Do you want to make it easy? Do you want to get repeat business? Do you want to get open new markets? Do you want to sell just a few things? Do you want to sell gift certificates? Do you want to get more bodies in seats if you're a restaurant? What is it? What is your goal? What are you trying to do? If it's a dollar leverage, what dollar amount is that? How much? So I want you to really define your goal. Okay, so I will comment on that, August, in terms of shipping and how to deal with that. Then I also want you to understand your audience. What do they want? Where do they hang out? Are they, what groups are they super liberal? Are they super conservative? Are they into cars? If they're parents, what influencers do they follow? Spend some time really figuring out where they are, who they connect with and how they connect with those major influencers. For instance, if they're parents of, new parents, or, who are they following? Are they following, some of the baby brands? Are they following, parenting magazines? Teenagers are they into sports, soccer? You kind of figure out, where do they hang out online. I think I saw someone in here, is skating. So I don't know whether that was products or whether that's actually like a skating rink kind of an environment. Is it ice skating or roller derby or something along those lines? But what is, who are the influencers that they follow, that they listen to? What podcasts do they listen to? Identify that, because by doing that, that's going to help you clarify a goal so that you can get your products and services in front of your, skateboard shop with parts and supplies. Thanks. So definitely e-commerce capabilities here. So then also, what will you sell? Will you sell products that you can only buy online, or will you will you schedule appointments for your business? Will you, what are you actually going to sell? Is it going to be gift certificates? Is it going to be coupons that are going to be like a buy one, get one free? How are you going to promote that business? So really, we're going to define the goal first in terms of understanding your audience and where they hang out. And then really, what is it that you want to sell? Understanding the capacity of your business, because the capacity that you have plays a significant role of how large or small or you're going to go in terms of, and what systems you're going to put in place to help you reach that goal. So some of those goals are also going to be, the three major goals when it comes to business is going to be, do you want more money in your pocket? And always the solution, the answer is more money, more sales. But sometimes, depending on where you are in your business, what you're looking for is, you don't want sales right away. Maybe you're someone that has a really long sales cycle. Maybe, I work with clients who have sales cycles of 6 months or even a year. In that case, you want more leads to fill the pipeline, so that you have you have more conversations. Or do you want more foot traffic, into your store, or actually traffic to your website, so that more people are exposed to you? And now we're talking here e-commerce specifically. So most of this is going to be focused on more sales in terms of physical products or services. But, in some cases, it's going to be leads as well. So you're going to have to really define that, because the strategies and tactics that you use and what the listings that you create in your online store or on your online marketplaces will be defined by what your goal is. If you want money in pocket right now, you're going to put up a buy now button. And that's going to be, and it's going to lead through to your store, and that store is going to be an opportunity for them to actually, pay you money for something. If you want more leads, you're going to put up a link to something that's going to ask them to enter their email address in exchange for a coupon, or in exchange for a some kind of a checklist or information or brochure, or that's going to give them more information. Maybe it might be a video that they're watching, that an educational video where you are educating them on something. Maybe it's to a webinar along these lines, where you're actually spending an hour having a conversation with them, in a Zoom or something along those lines, or a group of people. Or if it's more foot traffic, or to your website, then you're going to put up links and information that's going to have them connect directly to your website, or encourage them to come into your store. Again, a coupon or something along those lines is going to work well in that scenario. So let me go backwards here. I was just checking the chat here. Hold on. So your e-commerce strategies are going to be, I kind of went too far forward, so just bear with me a moment. Okay, so I'm where I want to be now. So again, figure out your goal, understand your audience, determine what your customers find most valuable. And one of the things I want to mention here is, oftentimes when you are introducing yourself to a new customer online, what they find most valuable, they're probably not going to buy $1,000 piece of art online unseen, unless they have some kind of a relationship with you, or they're really aware of you, or it's a referral or something along those lines. So oftentimes think micro offers. What is a small purchase that that someone might be willing to buy? Is it a gift certificate? Is it a $7 product, a $10 product, a $30 product? And depending on what your business is, is it a special bundle package? So what do they find most valuable, and put those kinds of things online. And then the next thing that we want to talk about is, as part of your strategy, are you going to create your own store, or are you going to leverage marketplace, or both? And put a 1 in the chat box if you know what I mean when I'm talking about marketplace. Put a 2 in the box if you want me to go into a little bit more depth. Okay, so Nat understands what I mean by marketplace. Does anyone not understand what I mean by local marketplaces? I guess I'm gonna explain it anyway, but a marketplace is going to be Facebook marketplace. It's going to be Etsy. It's eBay is a marketplace. Amazon, to a certain degree, is a marketplace. It's a kind of a distribution channel. But the marketplaces are where you are. It's almost like a rented asset. You don't own it, you don't control it, but you list your products and services on those marketplaces, where other businesses do the same thing. So versus your own e-commerce store, like a Shopify store or something that you own, you pay for, you control, and it's only your branded name. And so depending on where you are is going to define what strategy you choose to use. For most, I really encourage doing both, depending on time and resources. But we'll talk a little bit about the pros and cons here. So if you want to create your own, and your own is going to be something like a Shopify store, a BigCommerce platform, WooCommerce, PrestaShop, ZenCart, OpenCart. These are all platforms that you pay for, on a monthly basis to have and create your own brand. So you list your products, you list your services on it. They kind of have e-commerce all pre-built into them in terms of, but you're able to connect them to your own shopping cart. And it's only you that when someone comes to your store, they're only buying products from you. It's an owned asset. It's something that you're then able to sell if you ever decide that you want to sell your business, if you get to the point where you're ready to retire. And it's one of the main reasons why you would create an online store is because it gives you an asset then, because you're building up the audience, you're building the email list, you're building up the customers and the repeat customers, and as well as the relationships that you have with your vendors. So therefore, it becomes an asset that you're able to sell to someone else if you wanted to do that. So you've got more control of the product that's in there. The downside is that it takes longer time to market, and there's certainly an expense involved in it. So sometimes you want, in terms of, if the time and money that it takes to hire someone to do a store and build you a store in the right way. Certainly there's do-it-yourself platforms, but you've got to weigh out, do you have the technical knowledge to do that? In terms of design skills and sort of in terms of images and all of those types of things that you need to really build a store and understand what is going to make a customer visit your store, click on a link, and buy your product. So let me ask a real quick question. What e-commerce tools are you using right now? If you could put that in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. How many of you are using Shop? I know I already asked this question in one way, but how many of you are using Marketplace? How many of you are using you actually have your own store? So when you say Facebook, what are you using for Facebook? I think it was Mark that said that. Mary said that. Are you using Facebook stores and Marketplace, or are you just posting and running Facebook ads? I'm going to go ahead and keep on going. Anyone else? Okay. Let me see what she said here. Okay, so you're using Facebook. It sounds like you're using Facebook advertising to promote classes and things like that. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, Mary. If anyone else is having trouble, let me know. We'll see if we can solve it. It sounds like, from what I'm hearing, maybe you might want to check your sound. Sometimes you might want to log out and log back in. That helps as well sometimes. Okay. So wedding photographer, long-term lead and drive traffic. All right. So a lot of you guys are really pretty well. I'm clicking through here to try to get out of this, and just bear with me. All right. So for those of you who are struggling to really kind of figure out what you need to do, consider adding something thing as opposed to Shopify. Start with something really small, like a landing page that, an e-commerce platform that you actually control, and leveraging marketplaces. So tools like Constant Contact. Constant Contact is an all-in-one platform. They have a shopping page that you're able to create. It's called Shoppable. And I think it's $20. It might be $45 a month to have it. But what's nice about Constant Contact is that you have everything all in one place. It's your e-commerce store. It's a website. It's email marketing. They allow you to share and schedule everything and post on social media. So if you're a really small business, that's my preferred platform. If you're just getting started and overwhelmed. Square is another really good place to create tools in marketplaces, where it's a marketplace, but you also, it's, where you can create a free online store, but you also are able to have where you can link directly to that store. Shopify is more complicated. It's an owned asset. It's still kind of rented, but anything online, that they connect you to the internet. But Shopify is going to be more complicated. It's going to take a little longer. So I would start with something like Constant Contact or Square, and then up level to Shopify when you are ready to scale. And by scale, I mean you're ready to really start investing in advertising, whether it, to get more visitors to your website. MailChimp is coming along as well. What I like about Constant Contact, and the reason I prefer Constant Contact, is because they have live support. MailChimp does not. And but certainly MailChimp is an option as well. That's just my personal preference. And also, there's more included in Constant Contact. Constant Contact. It's actually less expensive in the long run, even though MailChimp does have that free version, forever free. By the time you piece together all of the components, you end up paying more with MailChimp than you do with Constant Contact. So that, again, is my bias, but MailChimp is also a very well-respected and used platform, and they too are now integrating, e-commerce and things like that into their platform. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Facebook marketing and Instagram marketplace. But before I go there, what I want you to start thinking too in terms of how are you going to deliver your products or services? Are you going to deliver them in location? Are you going to deliver them curbside if you're a restaurant? Now, hopefully, within the next year, this, we'll be out of the scenario where, curbside is a necessity. But what I predict is going to happen is that the services and the level of service that we are now seeing and experiencing here in our current environment, customers are going to expect it. So, and it's just going to be kind of that extra level of customer service and reason for people to come visit you. It's really easy to, to say, okay, well, everything's gone back to normal. I don't need to offer these products or services anymore. And your customers is probably going to demand it. The big guys, Amazon, Target, Best Buy, they are going to continue, delivery. So making relationships with Instagram, with Instacart, making relationships with Grubhub and the places that do delivery. You want to think about those kinds of things. Offering curbside pickup to make things easier. Maybe it's during certain hours or certain times of the day. But these are all things that you want to think about. But for now, this is really super things that you do need, but you also want to communicate to your customers on social media, on Facebook, on your website, whether or not you offer those services or not. Any questions? Are we good? Okay. Let me see what questions we have going on here. Good deal. All right. So here are some types of things that you're able to offer, in your online store, in marketplaces. So, when you are creating your listings, are you going to create, you can sell gift certificates if you don't really have a physical product, if you're selling a service, if you don't want to deal with the shipping costs. Sell gift certificates, sell bundles of products that you can bundle together. Maybe it might be, you might have some extra product that aren't moving. This is an excellent way to move things that aren't moving quite so well, as opposed to discounting them out. You would bundle them with another product that's selling really well, and then bump the price a little bit. So you can buy this, buy one get one free. Buy this. I'm going to throw this in for as a bundled kind of product. As you're listing your products online, whether it's on your store or whether it's in your marketplace listings, you want to make sure that you include keywords in your product descriptions and avoid catchy sales phrases. Tell a story as well as you're making listings, and so that your customers are engaged and want to actually do business with you. And then utilize power words like free where you can, massive. What is the outcome that your customer is going to get when they purchase this product from you? And also, you want to make your store scannable, meaning that it's easy for people to find what they came there to buy. So you don't want to over image it. You don't want, when I mean over image, you don't want to make it difficult and have people have to click on all of this kind of stuff to find what they're looking to buy. One of the biggest mistakes that businesses make is have it be over graphicked. And making it really difficult, because we're so concerned about it looking pretty that we forget that the purpose of our store, the purpose of e-commerce, is to make it easy for the customer to buy, provide the information, make it easy for them to pick up the phone and call you, email you, text you, so that in multiple ways so they're able to actually connect with you. Okay, so those were some of just in preparing the things you need to think through, but now how do you actually execute it? Your marketing tools should work together to help your customers find you. You've got your online home base, which is your website. Also, I want you to think through leveraging listings and reviews and things like Google Places and Google My Business. Make sure that all of your Yelp listing, make sure that you've claimed your Yelp listing, make sure that you've claimed Google My Business. Keep your social media up to date. If you've changed your hours, make sure that if you have a Facebook page, that all of those, there's consistency across all the platforms. Spend a half hour once a month just checking and making sure that there's no issues with something going on with any of your listings. These are the things that help your business get found, that help customers coming back to you as you're leveraging your online and your e-commerce platform. And also then promote offers and collect email addresses. As I was saying earlier, that the money is in the list. The money comes from repeat business. So when you are selling anything, whether it's in store, whether it's online, collect an email address as often as you possibly can, and then use email, leverage email to follow up with the customer, ask for feedback, put new products, put new offers in front of them. There's a huge amount of profit that comes in right here. And a lot of businesses don't necessarily understand that. Use content, blogging or articles or images of maybe a video of something that has happened in your store or in, while you were creating a piece of art. Maybe I saw someone was with skates, if you're doing skate repairs, or maybe a new product or a new wheel or something new, came in, take pictures of those. Maybe you repaired something. Maybe there's something vintage that came through. Share something that's unique or a funny story that happened in your shop or in your store, and put that online. Those are the things that engage customers to you, that make people remember you. So always tell stories about your business so that people feel like they are experiencing what's happening and that they get to know who you are and what you do. And then leverage paid ads to amplify your efforts. So your website's your home base. Let them know about your online store. If you hopefully all of you have a website. If you don't, then use again something like Shoppable to create an online store if you can. But your website, you should always have some kind of an owned asset where you're able to let people know that you do have online sales available, even if it's only gift certificates. Encourage people to join your list, like I was saying, so they can receive your exclusive offer. Leverage marketplaces such as Facebook Marketplace, Facebook stores, Instagram stores. Facebook Marketplace is used in 70 countries by 800 million people monthly. And it's the buying and selling platform is used by 1 in 3 people in the US, according to Mark Zuckerberg. So what that means is that you have an opportunity to get your business and your products in front of people who are interested in what you are selling. And the benefit of it as well is that in your listings, you then you can create a link back to your owned asset, your own website, which then brings people, they buy from you in the marketplace. And that's like an arrow back to your store as well, or your website as well, and your business as well, so that you're then able to have them visit your restaurant or whatever business you have. Let me see. There's a question that came up in here. That's a really great question. I'll make sure to answer that at the end. And yes, there are absolutely people that you can hire to do this for you. But in terms of yourself, that's going to depend on how much you're actually saying. The question was, how much time and energy should we allot to this? And that's really a big question that you have. You've got to allocate in your goal section. You have to identify how much time you have, because time is money. And where are you at in your business in terms of, is it just you? How much business more business are you actually able to, to take on? Are you trading so that you're not totally just trading time for dollars all of the time? And you want to be able to create a good customer experience. But what I often will work with and advise people to do is they spend maybe an hour on Sunday, maybe 30 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day if you're doing heavy sales online, to create your listings. I'm going to go through some case studies here in a moment, and I'll talk through some of those a little bit more specifically. So here is a furniture store in Georgia, and they leveraged, and this is common all over the country right now. This is just one that I happen to have firsthand knowledge over. So a friend was looking for a sofa. They found it on Marketplace. The furniture business was about an hour away from where they lived. They liked the sofa. She ordered it on Marketplace, and it was delivered the next day. This store makes, and furniture stores make sales every single day leveraging Marketplace, and your business can as well. Marketplace is incredibly powerful. You're going to simply create a listing, what it is, and people feel relatively safe, and they're able to rank you and rate you inside the Facebook app, inside the Instagram app, in terms of what that experience looked like. Here's case study number 2, was a makeup artist. Couldn't come into the store during COVID, so what she did is she came to you, and she leveraged Marketplace to do that. So, there's 2 completely different ends of the spectrum. One is a service one-on-one. She would come actually, because in California, it's a little more touchy, a little bit more regulations than I believe she was somewhere back east. But there were periods where you could actually visit people at their homes and stay on their porch to get haircuts and do those types of things. So obviously staying within the laws of the state in terms of what's going on, but you can leverage in-home services if you are a massage, a makeup artist or a massage therapist or even a hairstylist. And you can leverage Marketplace to do that. And then here's a boutique, again, in Mississippi, a friend of mine, where they listed this is their e-commerce store. They really don't have an e-commerce store anywhere else. They simply leverage Facebook to list their products that they have. And then when it's gone, and the inventory control is there. So in terms of the amount of time that is taken to do this particular boutique will actually, they spend about an hour a week, and then they just fulfill orders, making sure that the products that they're going to list are actually listed on the Marketplace. They only sell on in the Marketplace. They don't have to worry about cross-platform. And that's one of the challenge that it would be one of the reasons to use only Marketplace would be you're small, you don't have a large staff, you don't want to have this juggle going back and forth between Shopify or WooCommerce or, and taking orders from multiple places. You're going to need to define, this gal is a one-person store. She's a very small boutique. She doesn't have employees, but she gets most of her business right now through the Marketplace by just listing them in terms of what's here. And she spends, I think it's about an hour on Saturday or Sunday, making sure, she orders a new product, listing what she has, and then maybe a half hour, whatever it is a day to actually deliver. And she's been able to stay alive through COVID in terms of doing this. Any questions or comments on anything I've covered so far? I know we've got about an hour here, so we've got about 15 minutes left. I want to make sure I have time for question and answers. So Marketplace categories are everything from house rentals, to vehicle sales where you're purchasing furniture, as I mentioned earlier. And what Facebook and Instagram has done is they rolled out these Facebook and shops that will connect directly to your Facebook page to make it a lot easier for you then to promote just your business. And so you're turning your business profiles into actual physical storefronts. So it is super, super powerful to leverage this, and this is not going to go away. Facebook and Instagram is, working to be the dominant source, and whether we like it or not, that's where the customers are. So this would be kind of where I would start if you're looking at marketplaces. Of course, there's Etsy. There's also eBay as another option, and you can use all of them. Or just one of them. You just have to, the more you use, the more time consuming it becomes. So choose a platform where your audience is, like I was saying earlier. Where does your audience hang out? Are they really into the avant-garde, artsy, crafty, Etsy kind of a thing, then you want to be on Etsy. Do they spend a lot of time on Facebook? Do you want to leverage ads so that to make it so that you can pinpoint in and really highly target your audience? Then I would suggest Facebook, Instagram shops, and to leverage those. So this is kind of what a store looks like here. The shop is right here. The description is here. Here's what the product is. It looks really, really nice right inside. And then they're able to click on this button and buy right inside your Facebook page. Santa Claus cooking decorating kit. So this product sold really, really well for this particular client. But then there's all of the other types of things that go with it in terms of creating a store. So you can think through that for Valentine's Day, coming up as we're moving into 2021. Think through seasonal holidays, what kinds of things, if this is the type of business that you have, what specials can you offer? What special kits can you offer on Marketplace that will allow you to build awareness for your brand, build awareness for some of the different things that you do, and to get money in the door without having to really go crazy. Yeah, I will send a video on that. And if we have time, we'll actually go in there and do that. But I'll share a video in terms of how to set up that Facebook store. But any type of business can use a Facebook shop. It can be, you can use it to book free consultations. You can use it to book free trials. Like, if you are more of a coach or a trainer, or you have a software or something along those lines. But, so anything and everything can be sold online, can be sold through these shops. You want to encourage people, again, to join your list. Create a Facebook event. If you have, maybe you want to have, I'm having a flash sale or something, and you can create a Facebook event around that to encourage people to visit the store if they're not already seeing it. Use location tagging if you are offering pickup, and if you are offering pickup and delivery. So that, like, you want to target your local market of LA, Fort Bragg, Mendocino, Redding, wherever that might be. Find customers with advanced search. So advanced search with inside Facebook, you can leverage that. Use hashtags to make it easy for people to find you, especially on Instagram. So if you are, I'm going to leverage the skates, look for hashtags around skating, look for hashtags around skate parks, events relative to the skating world, so that you're able to get in front of and connect with the audience to help people find you. And then the other thing that you're going to do, in addition to being in Marketplace, you're going to make posts about your products. So on your Facebook profile or on your Facebook page. So make at least, 3 pages. Hey, I just listed this product on the Marketplace. If you are doing maybe you're a barbecue or a restaurant of some sort, you're going to give them a reminder. Hey, I'm offering a coupon code. Leverage this coupon code for this special. This particular one was for the holidays, but you can do this throughout the year. So you're going to list on the Marketplace. You're going to create your special, and then you're going to create 3 Facebook posts or Instagram posts. They're going to make the announcement. Hey, I'm making this offer. Here's a reminder. It's going to expire soon, or I'm running out of them. And then last chance, this offer is going away. So that you're running specials and you're creating environments that encourage people, that create fear of missing out. Oh my goodness, I really want that. This is almost sold out. So leverage this kind of a posting on social media to do that. And then again, if you are putting systems in place to help you do email marketing, follow up with email marketing. Give them keep them coming back. And I just listed something else on the marketplace. So you're listing something on your store, you're having a special, you're creating an event. You're going to not just put it in the store and hope people will show up. What you want to do then is schedule out 3 posts, and you don't have to do this. You don't have to go physically remember to make those posts on a Sunday or a Monday, either on a Sunday if you're a one-man shop. Spend an hour, create the content, schedule it in Facebook using tools like Buffer app or Hootsuite, or if you're using Constant Contact, you can schedule it all through that tool itself. I'm not sure if you can do that through MailChimp. I don't think MailChimp has a scheduling tool yet, but I know that Constant Contact does. Shopify probably does. And then follow up with, so you're going to make the announcement, they're going to purchase, they're going to sign up for your list for whatever coupon you're offering, and then make sure that you're following up with email marketing and sending that email to say, thank you, here's something else that you can buy, here's new products that just came in the store. If you're a restaurant, here's my menu. We're taking special orders, and this is what the menu looks like this week. Order by Friday, and we'll deliver to you, or you can come pick up. And then encourage them to purchase that from online. So what do you write in your offers as well as in your emails? You're going to write a headline, being really brief, making sure that it's really easy for them to read. Don't forget offer ends today. How will it help the reader? The gift of health and happiness all year long. Buy a class and a package for a friend. And these are kinds of specials. Now, these are primarily holiday specials that were run, but you can do this and repeat this year round. So Valentine's Day is coming up. President's Day. There's a reason why everyone has these holidays. Leverage them as best you can, because people are remembering them. It gives you a reason to create a special offer, as opposed to just, well, I'm running a discount because I mean money in the door right now. And then what happens is that you lose value to your products or your services. So think through, as you're putting together a marketing calendar, as you're planning things out, what is the reason I can give for creating a discount or creating a sale, if that's what you're going to do. And then you also want to have a call to action: buy now for a friend, buy for a friend, get this today. Also, more posts, those types of things, making the announcement, a reminder post, last chance reminder, both on Instagram as well as Facebook. Then you're, again, leverage, if you can go ahead and leverage Facebook ads, lead ads through Facebook, Instagram, to be able to grow your marketing, your email list. And the focus, again, is define what your goal is. Do you want sales in the door right now? And that way you're going to use Marketplace and you're going to have them, click through to purchase. Do you want leads? Leverage the system then to collect leads and then follow up with them to make phone appointments and those kinds of things. Growing your email list, driving business. Find new customers and search with Google Ads. So lead ads are a Facebook product, and you would run a lead ad if you wanted someone to actually come into your store to grow your email list, that you want to be able to email them, but maybe you don't have any, you're not open, or your special and promotion is purely focused on building relationship and repeat business. Google Ads is you're going to leverage Google Ads to help people find your store if you are focused on search intent, where I am searching for skates in LA. I am searching for skate repair in LA. Then you're going to use Google Ads. Facebook and Instagram ads are going to be able to drive now business. where you understand the interest of what but you have to target that individual. They're not necessarily looking for what you are buying right now. So there's 3 different ways of leveraging ads, making sure though that you follow up with email marketing as best as you can. And then finally, what I want you to do is I want you to think through and, plan your calendar for the year or for the month. So this is going to speak to that question of how much time should you spend? You can spend as much or as little time as you have the bandwidth for. You control your time. Do not let social media control your time. You do not need to be online all day long. You do not need to spend hours and hours and hours managing all of this stuff. Set it up from the beginning in terms of understanding your goals. I want to make sure I'm being present with everyone's time. Understanding your goals. So lay out a calendar. On Mondays, I'm going to do this. On Tuesdays, I'm going to, on Tuesdays, I'm going to create this kind of an offer. So you want to layer out, what days of the week are you actually making your listings? What days of the week, what kind of offers are you making throughout the week? And then what you want to do is you want to keep the momentum going throughout the year. So you make sure that you're sharing on your website, listing and review sites, social media posts as much as you possibly can. Be consistent. The most important thing that you can do is be consistent through email marketing, through ads, through social media. And also measure the success. If you're running ads, if you're making posts, if you are whatever you're listing, what is selling, what isn't selling. Make more listings of things that actually physically sell, less of what don't. Be consistent throughout the year. Again, plan your calendar with the different events, what holidays are coming up, what is necessary, and just put a plan in place. Leverage the West Business Center, leverage the SBDC to help you do that. Plan consistent marketing throughout the year so that you are able to put that plan into action as best as you can for holiday seasonal events. And I've spoken to that several times. But make sure that you're ready for e-commerce throughout the year. So take some time now to plan. Write down, keep it on track. Make an appointment with someone at West to help you put some of these systems in place. Make sure that you have foundational elements in place in terms of being really super clear on what you're doing, who your target audience is, what you're selling. And then take advantage right now in January of after holiday selling to kind of get some of this stuff set up. You've got the month of December, the next couple of weeks to kind of get some of this stuff set up so that you can launch if you're not already, or adapt and adjust going into January. All right. So any questions or any more questions that I can answer for you? Uh-oh.
Well, if there aren't any questions, I know.
I see something.
Yes, yeah. There's a question in the Q&A from August. Mail? ?
Do you mean direct response? So I'm not sure what that means. Certainly you can use direct response mail, but that is, we're really talking about online here. That's a different topic.
Perhaps about shipping costs and shipping. Oh, online sales.
Okay, so one of the things that you want to do in terms of shipping costs and answering those kinds of things is plan for it. Is really understand before you list your product for sale, go to the post office, and you can go to the post office and you can order prepaid shipping boxes that will allow so that you know what you have fixed expenses in terms of your shipping. So what size box do these things fit into? And then you're able to plan for your shipping, and you know what those costs are, and you price your shipping out properly. So use things like stamps.com, get a scale. Order boxes from the Postal Service. You can go out to USPS.com and you can order flat rate shipping boxes right from them, so that you don't have the expense of shipping, of buying boxes and packing materials and all of that kind of stuff. So find those free resources and tools that are available for you, to be able to keep your costs down as much as possible. And again, planning and consistency is what's going to set you up for success. Build the foundation, lay out a plan, get clear on who your audience is, and then execute it. There will be failures. You're not going to always achieve as much as you think. You're going to be disappointed, and that's okay. There's no such thing as failure. It's just more information. You know that people are buying what you have and what you want. And so, sell more of what isn't selling, figure out what isn't working, and test. And you will, look at competitors, what they're doing. But in terms of shipping and in terms of cost, just be smart about it through planning to begin with. Because it is quite common that you get unexpected shipping costs. But if you plan, you're able to price your product accordingly. And so if you're listing with free shipping, you're going to build that into the price, so that you have the profit margin that you want. Okay, so it was like I was fine, and then all of a sudden I went over again. I'm sorry, Clara. I'm going to go ahead and if there's no more questions that we have, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Clara.
Wonderful. Thank you. No, I think it's always a good sign when a workshop goes a little long, because there's so much information to share and so much engagement and so many fantastic questions. It's been great for me on this end, being able to see and read and learn myself and see everyone's questions. So that's been wonderful. In the meantime, I just want to take this moment to, first of all, say thank you to Kate for putting this together and being so knowledgeable and sharing your knowledge with us. So thank you.
Thank you for letting me share that. And if it's okay with you, Clara, if anyone has any questions, I can stay a few minutes longer to have, in the chat box, obviously, to go a little bit deeper for anyone. But I do want to make sure that we have this stuff taken care of. So I'll leave that for Clara, whether that works for you or not.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can keep it open a little bit long. That's a-okay. Thank you. While folks are listening, I also really want to encourage every single one of you that if you aren't already working with an advisor, to reach out, get in touch, and start taking advantage of the no-cost advising. So again, just to reiterate, West Business Development Center, we are hosts to the SBDC, Small Business Development Center, as well as WBC, Women's Business Center. If you aren't in Mendocino or Lake County, that's okay. There are SBDCs and WBCs all across the continental US. You can call us and we'll happily help put you in touch with your local center. These centers are federally funded and they are here for small business owners. We offer workshops, they offer free advising, and they are here to help you with your business however they possibly can. So I really encourage you to reach out and get in touch with the West Advisor. If you're in Mendocino or Lake County, if you aren't in Mendocino or Lake County, you can call us anyway, and we'll help put you in touch with your local SBDC and WBC. So that's all for now. I see that folks are answering the polls. Thank you all so much. Kate has graciously offered to stick around a couple more minutes. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to put those in the chat or the Q&A, and let us know how we can help. It's great to see all of your questions and feedback. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, guys, I will, do you want me to take it through to the other, or we're leaving this up? So, Yeah, absolutely. The resources that you have available through West Center or the Women's Business Centers and the SBDCs, especially for small businesses, that's why we're here, is to help you succeed, help you navigate the messiness of business today, because it's kind of messy, especially if you're small.
Yeah, it's been an interesting year. We can say that for sure. Let's see. I do see in the comment section from Yarrow question, I believe. One of the things I wonder about is what happens when you figure it all out with shipping and then someone says, figure it out with shipping and then someone in, say, Spain orders your product. Can you limit what countries you send products
Yes, you
to?
absolutely can limit US only. You absolutely can limit, and you can do that in any store. Like, I actually went to buy something from Etsy the other day and it said, this was a first for me. It said, I'm sorry, we don't ship to the United States. I went, huh? But but you can completely limit your, protect yourself in those scenarios. It's just a matter of planning. And, what I see happen a lot is, I'm a really firm believer in massive action and imperfect action. But when it comes to e-commerce, you need to spend a little bit of time of planning, kind of familiarizing yourself, figuring out stamps.com. You can get a subscription to them, and they'll send you a free scale. And then, even if you decide that you're not going to use them because you don't have enough ongoing e-commerce, and you cancel your subscription to stamps.com, you get to keep the scale. The Postal Service will, and I think I know that FedEx does as well, but the Postal Service in particular will mail boxes to you. So use those free resources that are available to you, but plan a little bit on that to make sure that you're not overpaying for shipping and overcharging for shipping, and build it into your pricing.
And that might be something that you might want to speak with a financial advisor about as well. Are you making sure that you're covering your costs? Do you need to be charging a little bit more so you can cover those shipping costs?
And West actually has someone, you actually have someone that specializes in QuickBooks and accounting and stuff like that. So that would be another way to connect with West.
We do. I'll give everyone on this call a sneak peek. We actually have a QuickBooks workshop series coming in February. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's see. If there aren't any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the session and end the polling. Last call for questions.
All right, everyone. Thank you for letting us share this time with you. We'll see you next time soon.
Thank you all. Looking forward to seeing everyone at one of our next coming workshops. And happy holidays. Bye.